Some pretty interesting weather, wouldn't you say? I think this is, what, day 3 of about a 4-day nor'easter? Who knows if it's ever going to end. Let's start with some old business. Did you catch the Gonzalo swell? Weir Lundstedt did, ripping it up. Nice looking ride in Truro. Maybe not as big as we thought, but certainly plenty pretty. Sunday it kind of calmed down. Not a bad weekend, but it got a lot colder on Monday. A little frosting on top of the mountains. And then a little Alberta clipper dug into the east coast, and look at the satellite image. This is from our Thursday tropical connection. What happens when you mix tropical air with the backside of polar high pressure? Look at the summit of Mount Washington. It's been 32 degrees with an east wind. Wind from the east close to hurricane force. Very unusual to have a 3-day nor'easter with a barometer so high. Again, the storm was not that low of a barometer. It was just a really strong high pressure system over Quebec that generated this surf. First Wednesday built up to 5 to 15 feet, and then Wednesday night. Look at the Stellwagen buoy chart. Gusting over 50 knots, sustained over 40 knots, tropical storm worthy, except for it's not tropical air. The tropical air kind of went over the top of the low-level cold air. That's what happens with these nor'easters, and that's why it's been kind of chilly. And the Boston buoy also registered a 20-foot sea with winds gusting past 50 knots. Kind of a damaging storm, really not that fun, except for as a spectacle. A few of you made it out surfing. Proud of you. Send me a shot so we can put it in next week, but we have to wait for the wind to calm down. It's going to go north on Friday. It's still going to be gusting past 20, and then on Saturday, that's the ticket. Hopefully there's some leftover swell. You know, when these storms form so close in, sometimes you get a wind swell, but not a very big ground swell. But I think it should be a big enough ground swell. I mean, there is a pretty good fetch coming from south of Nova Scotia that we do get surf on Saturday. That's when the wind goes west. So Friday, it's a north wind with the sea slowly diminishing. Saturday, probably still a ground swell. It should still be waist plus with the west wind. It could warm up into the 60s Saturday. Sunday, another front's coming in. The north wind's going to come in. We're going to get another coating of snow in the mountains, and then it's going to be a quiet next week. It does not look like much coming out of the tropics. One little center is going to go off Bermuda, and that's going to stay way out. And then it's mostly an offshore wind, and we're going to end up with high pressure to the south of New England next week, which means warmer weather and no big storms for the beginning of the week. But once Halloween hits, and then when we turn into November, there are signs that there's going to be a mega East Coast system that probably runs up through the Great Lakes, so that would mean a southerly wind for us here in the Northeast. But a big change to winter. Looks like it's coming the first weekend in November. Hope you're getting some of this, enjoying the multi-day nor'easter. We'll see you at the shore. Picking up the pieces, though, here in South Shore, Massachusetts.
Oh, it's sad. We got by the frost, but not the wind, I don't think.
She said, take the screens down. I said, oh, it's not going to be that windy. Oops. Sorry, tomatoes. Sorry, screen. Sorry, surfers. It's such a strong wind on shore. Saturday's the day. Yep, that's the ocean going underneath the car right now. That's the ocean hitting the car. It's 11:36 p.m., October 22nd, 2014. It's about an hour past high tide. It's day 2 of a 4-day nor'easter.